Hey everyone, Michael here with Hello Cupcake It's Me, and today is the Saturday check-in. If you haven't done so already, hit like and subscribe. Head on over to podcast.hellocupcakeitsme.com to check out the podcast that is updated every Thursday. Follow me on TikTok for TikTok Tuesdays. Follow me on all the other social medias. Give hellocupcakeitsme.com some love, and check out my book, Carpe Diem Scroto, 365 Daily Affirmations, found at cdsthebook.com. So, how are we? I'm doing okay. Yesterday and Thursday, so Thursday and Friday, had a little bit of low mid-grade depression, and kind of pushing through that. I've been extremely tired. All I want to do is sleep, which right now I know is a sign of depression. It is very indicative of my depression. So, yay, fun for that. But above and beyond that, nothing really much happening. Went and did the whole birthday thing this weekend, which was kind of cool. Sunday, got together with the family, and we had lunch together, and then we went back to my niece's house for a birthday cake that my niece made, which was fucking fantabulous. And then after that was all said and done, we went over to Everett, Washington, and got an Airbnb, and it was haunted. That was fun. After everyone went to bed, and I had fallen asleep, it was probably about somewhere between midnight and 3 a.m. I woke up because it felt like someone was staring at me, and I look, and there's this apparition of a little girl sitting on the love seat next to the couch that I was sleeping on. And she's like, "Hi, you want to play?" And I was like, "Honey, it is way too late at night." And she's like, "Oh, please, you're the first person in a very long time that I've been able to talk to." So I don't know if it was a very lucid dream, if it was something that was actually happening, or if I was astral projecting, whatever you want to call it. But when I got up and went to the front door and went to go outside with her, as soon as I opened the front door, I saw whatever it looked like in the 1920s, 1930s. And I was curious to see if there was any historical records or whatever that would back up what I saw. And in fact, there was. Um, for whatever reason, that whole area is considered a historical district by Everett. And there's actually pictures of the house from the 1920s and 1930s on all the way up to 2026. And there is like a view from the street looking up at the house, and then from the house looking down toward the water. And it was damn near exactly what I saw. So that was fun. Um, Had both of my therapy appointments this week also, and the first one on Wednesday went really well. The Thursday one is the one that kind of hit me afterwards, and we also have a group meet and greet coming up. So I'm excited about that. However, I'm not really sure how that's going to fare for me because my car is being my car. Um, I have a friend who said that he will work on it for me. It's just a matter of getting hooked up with him, and yeah. So I really have no fucking clue as to what's going on with it. I am just driving it in very short bursts around town, mainly to like go from my house to the grocery store or to the bar or to the Dollar Tree and home. Like, I don't even think I'm going to drive it into town anymore, just because I'm really worried about it. So, my friend has the guy who's working on the car has a really nice car that he wants $3,800 for, and he said that he would take my Subaru plus 2,500 and call it good. And I'm like, dude, I don't even have the $500 it's going to take just to buy the parts, let alone, you know, trying to buy a whole new fucking car. I wish I did, but well, I I just can't do it. And I don't expect him to give me a car that's valued at $3,800 for like no 90 no. So we'll figure out what's going on there. Um, but yeah, I gotta pause this for just a second. So yeah, this week has just been really off kilter for me, and um, but going back to the birthday thing, um, after waking up and taking showers, getting ready for everything, we went for breakfast. Then we went to the Funko Pop store, which is like my Shangri-La. Um, I ended up getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or wait, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I got 9 Funko Pop. Uh, Technically 10 because I had to order one. Well, I didn't have to, but I ordered one off of the Funko website because they didn't have it when I went to the store. So was kind of upset about that. But yeah, so that now brings my collection up to 743, I think is what they said. So I'm like, yeah, I need a step program of some sort. I am honestly starting to run out of space for them. The only way that I am going to have space for more here pretty soon is if I take my bookshelf and take all those books off and rehome those books somewhere and build that whole thing up again with Funko Pop. Which, I'm not opposed to doing. Or getting rid of certain pieces of furniture like there's a little table thing right here that has a little succulent on it, and I could squeeze a bookshelf in right there. So, and then just like I said, get rid of that table. The only reason I even have that table is because it goes with the desk that I have right here. So, yeah. But anyways, after Funko, we went to a Goodwill and another place called Value Village, and then came home. So that was awesome. One of the things I love about living here in the Pacific Northwest is the Washington State ferry system. So one of my favorite things to do is get up on the bow of the ship and just watch as we sail. And that really speaks to my Viking heritage, I think, because I just love being out on the boat, like out on open waters. Like when I took my cruise to Alaska, that was like the most magical thing for me. Um, I I spent a couple of nights up near the ship uh, exhaust deck, or stacks, I should say, exhaust stacks, because there was no one else up there, and it was a full moon, and I was all by myself, and for just miles and miles and miles, just nothing but dark water with a bright orange moon. And it was just so gorgeous. And even though I'm scared shitless of deep, dark water, um, that didn't bother me for whatever reason. So I was very, very, I was thankful for that, but at the same time, I guess I wasn't even thinking about it while I was on the boat. Maybe partially because right outside of our bedroom was our rescue pod. So, like, while everyone else was clamoring to evacuate the ship, I told my aunt, I was like, listen, anything happens to this and we have to get to our boats, I'm putting you over the side of that railing. Like, so make sure that all of the shit you're going to need to take is right by this glass door, like at all times. So, but anyways, that's um. So just getting back into the swing of things, after taking a couple of days off, has been kind of difficult for me. Also, with that low grade depression that I was talking about, um, part of that I think is the fact that yesterday, March 20th, was the 1 year anniversary of my biological mother passing, and just all day yesterday, I just kept thinking about like some of the things that she said, some of the things that she did, and being a little upset with her that she didn't make different choices in her life, and that the choices that she did make 100% affected and altered our relationship, like to a unrepairable degree. And so just a lot of things came bubbling to the surface yesterday that I was not expecting to have to deal with. But it's so well, you know. We still haven't gotten her ashes back, which is like beyond infuriating. And just when I called back in February, they're like, "Oh yeah, we still have her. We haven't even processed her yet." I was, "Oh." Like, could you have used a worse word than processing? Like, anyways, so Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to call the body donation center and be like, hey, been a year, WTF. I mean, as morbid and as gross and as unethical as it would be, we have no way to identify ashes. They could send us like freaking chimney flue ashes along with like a couple of bits of bone or whatever and say that that was her. Like, just give us something so that we can move on. And, it's not that we haven't moved on, but, you know, there's no finalization. It still feels like she could call me at any minute. Um, it still feels like she's around. And I think that I spent so many years of my life grieving this woman that when she died, it was like, fucking finally, you know, constantly having to worry about, is she is she going to be living on the streets? Okay, now that she's living on the streets, is she safe? Is she having enough food? Is she being taken advantage of? Is someone going to rape her? Is somebody going to kill her? Is somebody going to steal all of her shit? And then she's going to be on the streets with nothing. And, just all of her stupid decisions, all because she didn't want to stop doing drugs, all because she had to have things her way. And I understand wanting to be independent. I understand wanting to do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. But at some point, you have to stop and be like, this might not be the best for me. Let me try to fix some shit. My sister and I, over the years, have tried to help her multiple times. And she's always bit the hand that fed her. And um, she was living with us when our house burned down. And all she could think about was, oh, well, can I have some of the money that you got from the house fire? Bitch, you had nothing. Like, yeah, some of your animals died. Yeah, you lost a few VHS movies and some books and a few clothing items, but you had fucking nothing. We lost everything. We lost our 3-bedroom house. We lost our 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car garage, 1,500 square foot house. We lost our entire livelihoods. We lost everything that we had worked to put together to make this home. And you want any kind of money for a few items that perished? Her animals weren't the only animals that died in that fire. Our dog fucking died in the fire. I had a couple of rats, like pet rats, and a tarantula, and 3 cats. You know, all of them perished in the fire, except for the cats. We had the 3 cats, but one of the cats was just so fucking twacked in the head after everything was all said and done that she took off. She brought the others back home and then she left and she wouldn't come back to us. And our poor cats were like, had burns on their paws, missing hair from the fire and all this other stuff. And it's just like, but whatever. So yeah, just a lot of bubbling, emotions, and just a lot more that I need to process and that I will probably put into my Wednesday video or Thursday podcast. But either way, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and remember that you are doing the best you can with what you have available to you. And in a world full of Karens, be somebody who cares in the world, and just, yeah. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Bye, everyone. Boop.